Stream time is here. Oh yeah, because it's summertime. Love it, summertime. Yeah, man. We're here. Yeah, it's Thursday. Yes. I definitely did not say it's like 3 times in a row. Oh yeah. Exactly. Alright, so let me go ahead and do, the usual setup. Oh yeah. Welcome to the live stream, Jeff. Hey, oh yeah, the first one. How you doing? Today, great today. Welcome. I am just out here doing the setup real quick. I'm almost done right here. Almost. Oh yeah. Summertime love and summertime. Yeah. You get that reference? Well then good on you. You get like 5 brownie points for that. What happened, Jeff? Tell me. Did you try to summon? Question mark. Alright. Almost done right here. Just give me like another minute. Alright, there we go, cool. Let's see here, the thumbnail is also there. Alright, cool. Alright, let me just move OBS and Task Manager real quick. Alright, all good, yeah. Let's see here. Welcome to the live stream, Cat. How you doing? Today, great today. Welcome. Andy, I need more crystals. Oh man, here's the thing. So I saw that there was a reset, and so I went ahead and did the step up again for the part 1 banner. Didn't get anything. And then I went ahead and did this. I didn't do step 3 because I don't have any money for that. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. I reached max pity and only got Stark. Damn, man. Oh, that's definitely an oof, man. Man. Wait, what am I doing? Let's go exploring. Summer Iris / Fen banner has half off for the first paid multi. Just think YouTube chat is showing on stream. It's gonna take a while. Oh yeah, there it is. I see it's showing now. It just takes a little bit for some reason. Not sure why, but it just does. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and just auto loop on this. Does not give any crystals. I'll hold off on that. I'll hold off on it. Yeah. Just checking here real quick. Alright. So since the Shadow Ruins are here, let's go ahead and just auto advance to only 2 because only the first 5 give crystals. After that, well, you don't get any more crystals. But yeah, I'm not gonna summon. I'm not sure if I should summon on the Summer Iris / Fen banner because I already have Summer Iris. I don't have Summer Fen, but I'm kind of like about it. Maybe I'll do a free multi on it, see if I can get Summer Fen. If I don't, well then it is what it is, I guess. It's like whatever. But Summer Rivi, I do kind of want to get her, mostly because she's hot. Wait, what? Oh yeah. Crystal. Let's go slowly building up the crystals. She's goated. You know what? Since this is doing an auto loop right here, let's go ahead and see what Summer Rivi does. I've seen it a little bit on Twitter when the official Grand Summoner's Twitter account posted her, but let's see for ourselves right here. All right. Okay, so let's see. So she's a fire and she's a demon. So she has 6-star physical, 5-star physical, 4-star defense, but if we put on LB7, 4-star support. So I think her slots are fine. They're solid. Yeah, solid, fine. Welcome to the live stream. Elise, how you doing? Having a great day today. Welcome, welcome. Now, you're not really late. It's just I started late. It's because I had a few things to do. But yeah, as you can see, it's only been, 6 minutes. It's about to be 7 minutes. Woo. But yeah, I want her to run with my son Raku. Or is this... I put 2. We should have stopped at 5. Alright, whatever. Just put an extra 2, why not? But anyways, now let's go with their skill. 12-second cooldown, 3200% fire damage physical. So she is a physical unit all around. For 3 seconds, damn, that's super short. Increase all allies' arts by 8 per second. Note this unit's type G and will not stack with other type G arch gen. So that means she won't stack with Stargalisa or Rin and Luvia. I could somewhat see why this is 3 seconds. Okay, I could kind of see it because this is kind of a... Yeah, that's kind of a lot. And since this is to everybody, specifically to everybody, that right there is solid. That's actually pretty good. Now, I do wish this was just maybe like 5 seconds, right? Because like, if you look at the cooldown between the two, yeah, that's like a huge amount of wait time they have to wait, like 9 seconds. That's, ooh, you know? So maybe if this was 5 seconds, this would be like really good, really solid. Arts, 25,000% fire damage physical for 20 seconds. Increase equip CT speed of own physical equip and own attack by 50%. Alright, so that is solid, especially since, she has 2 physical slots right here. And I'm assuming she has a true weapon. Yeah, she does. So there's that. And then now, true arts, 68,000% fire damage physical for 40 seconds. Allies ignore 100% of enemies defense plus reduce enemies fire res by 100. So I think this, yeah, this is fine. It's nice that she gives defense ignore to everybody, and the fact that it's not tied to the duration of super arts or something like that. For 40 seconds, that's like a solid amount right there, definitely. And then now, Super Arts, 180,000% fire damage physical during Super Arts. Increase zone damage by 100% for each ally above 90% HP up to 400. Yeah, 400% damage increase. But this is 90%, so you really gotta, have like, I don't know, somebody like Valentine's Priscilla, because she's fire, right? Since both of them are fire, they'll be able to synergize, especially since 5 times Priscilla is also physical, so a little bit of synergy right there too. But yeah, you really gotta keep her in really high health, man. Yeah, if you want this. Now, passive. When Summer Rivi is near death, recover allies HP by 100%. Plus, for 20 seconds, allies getting damage barrier that negates 5,000 damage can only occur once per quest. That's actually good because it's like a, I don't know. Okay. Well, I forgot what it's called. But, this right here is good. Give everybody 5,000. Alright, cool. I'm assuming since this is a passive, it will be able to stack with others, right? Like, let's say, for example, you pair her up with Shiro, right? Then that should be able to stack with Shiro, and then everybody has 20,000 in total, right? When this passive activates. And the fact that it heals everybody's HP by 100%, hey, that's also good, man. Solid. Increase damage to water enemies by 30%. That's like, you know, that's nice. Increase freeze res by 80%. Wish this was 100%. That would have been good. That would have been solid. But you know, it's whatever, I guess. And then yeah, she has SP art right here, which is animated. But you know, since I'm looking at this on the website, yeah, you can't really see it being animated. But now, true weapon right here. 6,000% fire damage physical for 15 seconds. Increase zone fire damage by 50% if users demon increase zone fire damage by 80% instead. Well, you know, you're gonna mostly use that on her, so then yeah, there you go. She's gonna be able to get that 80%, no problem. And when equipped by Summer Rivi, increase zone arcs by 3 per second. Does not stack with the ability to the same name. Increase zone magic res by 5%. So a little bit of damage mitigation right there. So that means in total, if you add this one up, right, plus her skill, then that means in total she'll get about 11 arcs per second. Which, damn, that right there is, you know, pretty good. Yeah, pretty good right there, right? And since she'll be able to get this damage boost, right? Yeah, you gotta make sure to activate arts, like, you know, once in a while, right? So that way her true weapon could come up faster, so that way she could go ahead and hit pretty hard. Yeah, so I think if you have, I mean, you don't need to have it be in mono fire, because honestly, the only thing that's like really realistically geared towards fire units is basically pretty much this: reduce enemies fire res by 100%. But you could honestly use it outside of fire units, because this is not tied to fire units only like Ren and Luvia. This right here, it gives it to everybody, so you could literally just plop her on a team. That's like, if you want to have her being, you know, mono physical, hey, that works too, man. And yeah, you could just have her be on any kind of team, honestly, not mono fire. So I think, is she worth it? Yeah, I think so. But now, like, for me now, or for veterans, is she worth it? Somewhat, kinda. Because there's already other units that does like similar things to what she does. Maybe not this passive. Well, I mean, there's Valdora, but and Albedo does something similar to this, except not with you know, damage barrier. But yeah, so new players, definitely, because she's another Archden unit that will definitely help, right? Especially when it comes to Frieren units. What we have two Archden units, so we have Frieren and then we have Ubel. If you put on Summer Rivi right there, well then there you go, you have 3 Archden units on the team. I say that's solid. That's pretty good, because it's not really like on that team, there's nothing really conflicting with each other, right? Not really, because she gives everybody defense ignore. I don't think any of them gives AoE defense ignore. So that right there is fine and dandy. So I'll definitely gonna be summoning for her in a little bit, because I mean, I have enough crystals, well, only to do 1 multi, but well, maybe to do alch summons as well. If I don't get her, like on the first multi for crystals, I could just go ahead and do alch summons. I definitely have enough for that. Definitely. Alright, let's go. So yeah. So the only thing is that you gotta make sure not to pair her up with Ren and Luke. Well, I mean, you technically can. You just can't activate one of their skills, right? I'm all for more so do not activate Summer Rivi's skill when you pair her up with Ren and Luvia. That's the only conflicting right there. And then when it comes to pairing her up with like Star God Lisa, for example, well, that's just only a little bit of conflicting there. All right, let's go 5. Let's see here. Summer Leon is goated. I do have her, actually. I do. Yeah. I've only used her a little bit, not that much. She's on Summer Iris's banner, plus Summer Sustina and Summer Juno. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do a multi on that banner. Definitely. Not so much for Summer Finn. Summer Finn's like whatever, right? But to get Summer Sustina or Summer Juno, because Juno is best girl. Oh yeah, definitely. Welcome to live stream. Hey yo, that's right. How you doing today? I've been a great day today. Welcome, welcome. I got 4 Rainbow Touch, 1 Fake Out Multi, and 1 Roy. Got everyone on the Iris banner 2 times, except Summer Iris. My head hurts. Damn. I definitely did not stutter. Me stuttering? What? What? Never. No. But anyways. Ayo, that's right. Hey, at least you got everybody. Now, Summer Iris, yeah, that is an oof. Not sure if you want to spend like the extra multi, try to get her one more time, maybe. Maybe. Get Infirmant on half off. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do half off. I'm going to have to see if I have enough money for that. I'm gonna have to see, because I've done the 2 step-ups already and I didn't get anything. It's insane, bro. Literally the only unit I have in Freerin is Ubel, and I got her in the goddamn tickets, man. I'll show y'all like how much I have when it comes to like being close to pity. Once, you know, this right here is over, trying to collect as much crystals as possible, maybe I might be able to do another multi. Maybe. But if I am, I'm definitely going to use it on the part 1 Firmin banner, since I don't have Firmin or Stark. So my odds of getting a banner unit that's not a dupe is higher than part 2, since I already have Ubel. So yeah. Oh yeah. Welcome to the live stream, ya hair. Wait, are you the hair? Question mark. Oh, how are you doing today? I've been a great day today. Welcome, welcome. I'll play Dokkan, but that game looks good. I mean, if you don't mind the whole gacha elements and things like that, yeah, because they do a lot of crossovers with other animes. Definitely. Dragon Ball, they haven't done that yet. I don't know if they're gonna do a Dragon Ball crossover. I kind of doubt it, because that is just such a huge franchise. English. That's such a huge franchise that I just don't see it happening. But I mean, you see right here, they've done Kenshin, they've done Shangri-La Frontier, and they also done Fate. So yeah. Got Rivi on Alex. She's okay if you have Mono Fire. Hey man, let's see if I could get her, man. If so, hey yo, we're gonna be testing her out. And maybe there's gonna be a unit showcase. Just got the new Gohan and Spopovich. Hey, that's right. Did not summon for Summer Rivi. Are you planning to, Edmund? And also, welcome to the live stream. How you doing today? I've been a great day today. Welcome, welcome. GS never have the money for DB. Yeah, that's like, I bet you like Shueisha or Toei, one of them, they're gonna be like, all right, yeah, how about I don't know, like 50 million for that crossover, or something absurd like that, because it's such a huge franchise. But I mean, at the same time though, I'm not sure if y'all seen it. Discord is having a crossover with Dragon Ball for whatever reason. I don't know why, but they are. So I mean, I don't know if Discord could have a crossover with Dragon Ball, then I don't know, maybe GS can, actually. It might take a minute, but there's a slight chance. Maybe. Oh yeah. This boss gonna get absolutely demolished. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh yeah. Big damage. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Alright, 72 crystals. Damn. I'm missing about 28 crystals to be able to do another multi. I don't think I could really close that gap. 28. 28 more crystals. Because this only gives potions. I've already done the 5 here. I've already done that. Damn. Not sure if it's possible, man. Let's see here. Let's see. I mean, I could... Yeah, exchange that for sure. I continue to do this to get a little bit of crystals, but 28 though, that's quite a bit. Let's see here. I could imagine Reyes getting wrecked in the DB universe. Bro is dead. Yeah, the Dragon Ball verse is crazy. Probably the first 50 crystals in save, although I did for the equips and got Sestina's. Oh, you got Summer Sestina's true equip? Hey, that's right, that's right. Alright. So, let's go. We only have enough for one. Okay, drop rate up. Alright, let's see here. Is that true? Okay, yeah. 5.72, because if we look at, let's say, the free ring banner, for example, it's 4.20. So yeah, it's a bit. But is that enough? Who knows? Alright, let's see here. Can we get Summer Rivi? Question mark. Let's see right now. Summer Rivi. Are you gonna appear? Rainbow? Okay. I don't know, man. Yeah. Well, let's see here. Oh, I actually don't have enough for Elk. What? I thought I did. Hold up here. Because I have one of these. Okay, sure. It might not be enough, but... Or maybe it might be enough to close the gap. Possibly. Let's see here. 350. Alright, let's do one. Hold on. We're gonna get that 5,000 Alec. We are. But look at that Ragstrom. Wow. Okay. Let's go back to units. Let's limit break here. Duplicate. So we got a few. I believe we're gonna reach 5,000 Alc. Definitely. Like the only character I know that can solo DB is Valhalla. Now Rey's OP. And Ganon we trust. Emperor is stronger than the Valhalla. Interesting. Well, like I said, I'm definitely gonna go ahead and do a power scaling video on Reyes. So we're gonna definitely see how strong Reyes is. Oh yeah. Once I start it. I haven't started researching it yet. But we'll get there. Yeah. Valhalla is immortal. Well, they did fought an immortal, and that was Zamasu. Reyes scales to even continent. Damn. Damn, I'm playing the boy Reyes like that. Damn. Damn, Doran's getting kind of high in luck, man. I could literally use him as a luck unit. Look at that. He's almost luck 100. Well, technically, I could use him as a luck unit now if we have, like, all food. But, I mean, solo luck unit? Without the food? He's almost there, man. That's kind of crazy. Hey, would you look at that? At least I'll have, like, a good amount of rainbow gems, man. It's a good amount of that. Alright, rags. There you go. Alright. Bada boy. Bada boy. There we go. Alright, cool. Yeah, that's about it. Alright, let's see here. The elk. Do we have enough? We do, look at that. Hey, yo, see? See? Believe. Alright, let's see if we could get Rivi right here. Let's see. Elk, do not fail me now, okay? Do not fail me. Let's see right here. Let's see right here, right now. Can we get Summer Rivi? That's not Summer Rivi. Who is this? Damn. Well, there's that. Alright, might as well use tickets. Why not? Screw Noel? Yep. Imagine if I got another unit from that. That would be kind of insane. That would be some really crazy luck. What? Yeah, no. I don't got that luck. Yeah, yeah, that's about it, man. That's about it. That one's 10, that one's 7. I don't know if I'm gonna use like 7k out for that. I'm not sure. That one, well, again, I just don't have enough. There's that. We just use that. You know what? Fine, yeah. I'll do one more Alk summon. Right? And if I don't get her, well then. Alright, that's actually straight GG. So right here, you can see I haven't done that yet. But look at this. I'm 18 away from it. 18 away. Yep. I'm obviously gonna do the free multi. Alright. Let me break 4 times. Ooh, almost 5. Complete 200 quests. Yeah, man. 200, yep. Alright. Let's go get it. What? We haven't done that yet? Skill planning. Alright, let's go ahead and let's go start the grind, man. Let's go start it. Oh yeah. Alright. I say we do 10. Yep, 10 of this. There we go. I don't have Summer Rivi, so... You know what? Because, I mean, this is specs at the end of the day. It's only specs, so... Let's go ahead and use Garu, the boy Garu, so that way, you know, he could be closer to 2,000 quests. Hold on. 5. Alright. Here's the lobby code right here. If any of y'all want to join, we're going to do 10 runs of this. 10. Yeah. Once he gets 2,000 runs, that would be a luck gem. If anybody did not know that, If a unit reaches 2,000 quests clear, then you will get a luck gem. Yeah, you'll get a luck gem. And I'll use it on War God Finn because my goal for him is to reach 300 luck. Yeah. Oh, look at that. We got Summer Rivi. Oh. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so y'all are doing a little bit of power scaling of GS units. Hey, that's right. That's right. Well, man, here's the thing. I'm gonna do power scaling video of Reyes, right? Then after that, I'm gonna have Reyes run the Dragon Ball Gauntlet. Yep. And if those both of them do good, right? If both of them do good, then I'll make like a third one and then a fourth one. As long as it keeps doing well, I'll continue making them. Like Reyes runs, I don't know, the Naruto Gauntlet or the Bleach Gauntlet, or I don't know, the Monsterverse, right, where Godzilla is, and etc. And then maybe Overlord 2. No, all of those. Alright, actually, it will be easier if he runs the Gauntlet, like, you know, Shangri-La or Overlord, things like that, because, I mean, you know, they're crossover with that, so could heavily reference that one. Alright. So, yeah. But definitely, without a doubt, those two videos are gonna happen. Definitely, without a doubt. Reyes runs the, well, first, power scaling of Reyes. And then the second one would be Reyes running the Dragon Ball Gauntlet. Those two are gonna happen no matter what. But then after that, if y'all want to see more of that, well then, you know, gonna have to make sure those videos do well. Yeah. But now, I do want to do this announcement real quick. Yeah. So, yeah, I have a goal to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2025. It's crazy. We only have 4 months left in 2025. 4 months. 4 months in 2025. Like, what? It does not feel like that. It feels like there's 6 more months left in the year. That's how it feels like to me. But, no, man. There's 4. Crazy. But I believe we'll be able to reach that. Yeah, definitely. The 1,000 subscribers. Because right now, we're at 902. So thank y'all for supporting and all that such. But, because I did say previously in previous streams that I will do a video once this channel reaches around 900. However, here's what happened. The channel did reach 900. However, a few people unsubscribed. Therefore, this went back down to 890, 99, 98. So, I'm going to wait off a little bit to see whether or not that's going to happen again, right? So, I'm going to wait, I'm going to say about until like mid-August, right? Mid-August. If this channel like stays like either like this or goes up in subscribers, then all right, I'll go ahead and make a video detailing how do you enter, how many winners there are. By the way, it's going to be a Google Play Card gift card. That's what the prize is. But I'll make a video explaining all of that. Yeah, I will. So if you want the giveaway to be here sooner, well then hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you know people who play Grand Summoners that have yet to hit the subscribe button, well hey, tell them to hit it. hit that subscribe button. Oh yeah, if you want the giveaway to be here sooner. Yeah. So there's that. Andy, can you read Valhalla's lore, please? Alright, let me go ahead and pull it up real quick. Sure. There's one more spot if anybody wants to go ahead and join. There's one more spot. Here's Valhalla. Oh wow, look at that. Alright, lore. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead because he has slightly separate lore for like each one. Slightly different. Okay, my bad. Slightly different, as you can see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read the first one and then the last one. Yeah. So Valhalla, a divine tree that holds the power of creation and rebirth. Prior to the Great War, a land feud between spirits and Isled's forest led to an area being razed to the ground. Filled with anguish over the self-inflicted loss of their home, the spirits offered a prayer to rejuvenate the forest. Hearing this prayer, it is said that Valhalla appeared and restored the forest, which served as a reminder to not repeat the mistakes of the past. So interesting that holds the powers of creation and rebirth. But that could, like, you know, honestly vary. But now let's look at the final one right here. Let's see. This unit has reached max evolution. So this is like its max, right? A divine tree from another world with the overwhelming power to create, dominate, and destroy life. Okay, that's different from the first one right here. After quelling the horrors that plagued the continent, this divine tree suddenly vanished with a white flash to spend eternity somewhere far, far away in an unknown land. This tree has many beings living upon its exuberant treetops, including the seeds thought to have been destroyed ages ago. When the divine tree annihilated all life that has dwelled in this realm, as if being wished upon the stars, it is thought that such destruction sparked new life to be brought forth. Interesting. So he has like living creatures like on him. But the difference between these two though, right, is that his is creation and rebirth right here. But this is creation, basically creation, dominate this time, and destroy life. So now he takes in the role of both destroyer and creator. That's interesting. So there you go. That is his lore. So Valhalla was in a different realm. Yep. All right, I'm gonna put it public. Yep, seems so. In a completely different realm. Whoa. Ooh, look at that. Hoka luck 100. Ayo, nice, nice. That's right. Could use Hoka as a luck unit. Oh yeah. Alright, I'm not sure if y'all read that. Now read BFE Valhalla isn't close. BFE Valhalla. Alright, let's see here. What if I beat BFE Valhalla? Oh, you just forgot to put the comma. Okay, so BF Emperor. Alright. Alright, what is BF Emperor? Alright. I'm only gonna read his max, right? Max evolution lore, not the other one. Alright. Cool. Hold on. First, let me go ahead and start up the next one, and then I'll read it. Alright, nice. Rerun Yu Yu Hakusho and Kenshin. Yu Yu Hakusho, yes. Kenshin, no, because we had it earlier this year. But Yu Yu Hakusho, 100% guaranteed. I mean, 100% agreed. Alright. Okay. Here it is right here. His compete form. I'm assuming this is supposed to mean complete. Exceed the limits of fate itself. Nurshanal's orb. Able to perceive magic, prima ether, and thoughts, along with Rune Sovereign. Able to cut through matter, time, space, events, and consequence. Jesus Christ, what? Have made him omnipotent, a miracle he spared nothing to accomplish. Seeing the planet's orbit with the orb and using the crest blade as key, he is prepared to open a path into the new world. Brother, what? Matter, okay. Time, alright. Space, alright. But events and consequence. Okay, I could somewhat comprehend events. Alright. Right? But what does it mean when somebody cuts consequence? So does that mean there's no consequence at all whatsoever because he could just grab one of his swords and cut it? Like, be like, oh, okay, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, maybe I made a bad decision and something. Oh, let me go ahead and cut it real quick. Alright. Bad decision. A consequence. What? Consequence? What do you mean? What is that? Welcome to live stream, Vertin. How are you doing today? Been a great day today. Welcome, welcome. There you go. He ain't that tough. Like cause and effect manipulation. That is kind of crazy. Because, like, here's the thing. So, if we compare it to, like, Dragon Ball, right? Because Dragon Ball, with that one, I used to power skill that. I used to be, like, a big power skiller. Like, close to being a hardcore power skiller back when I was in high school, okay? I'm in my 20s now, too, you know, for reference. Now, I forgot some of the things, right? I'm now more so like a very casual power skiller, but I still remember some of it from back when I was in high school. So, right now, at the top of my head. Alright, so let's look at Goku's feats, right? Talking about anime Goku, not manga Goku, because manga Goku, that's slightly different. And what I mean by that, if you read Dragon Ball Super manga, and then if you watch Dragon Ball Super anime, you know, they're kind of different. Events, some events change, things like that. So the scaling between those two are actually different. They actually are. So I'm only going to reference Dragon Ball Super anime, because that one I watched, I haven't read the entirety of Dragon Ball Super manga. So now, let's use Goku, because he's the MC. Everybody know who Goku is, you know? Everybody, like, even if you haven't watched Dragon Ball, you have, like, some idea, right? At least an idea of how his history, his lore is, right? So, let's just use him, right, for that. So, what could Goku do, right? So, Goku, when battling against Beerus back in Battle of Gods, right? 3 punches. Now, some people are gonna say right away that, oh, Beerus did most of the work. No, that's not how it works. To be able to cancel out those shockwaves, because there were 2 shockwaves in total, right? A third one was gonna go ahead and destroy the entirety of Universe 7. Right? because there's 12 universes in total. There used to be 18, but Zeno, the Omni King, right? The one that stands at the very top of the hierarchy in Dragon Ball, he erased 6 of them, just like that. Just a snap of the finger, boom, there, effortlessly, right? Because he got mad, he got pissy, right? So, there's only 12. Back in Battle of Gods, Goku and Beerus was going to destroy Universe 7. Goku had to exert the same exact power as Beerus in order to cancel it out. In order to cancel out the third shockwave, so that way Universe 7 does not get destroyed. So there's that right there. And so now, you're probably wondering, okay, how big is Universe 7, right? From what I remember, Universe 7, I think it's 9 times bigger than our real-life universe. So 9 times bigger than that. So that is pretty huge already right there. So he is already at the low ball universal. I'm saying low ball because the Dragon Ball cosmology, things like that, it's, you know, a little crazy, right? There are some other ones who are still, you know, pretty hardcore power scalers that, you know, bump up Goku to even higher than Universal back in the Battle of Gods arc. This is Battle of Gods, right? This is the beginning of Dragon Ball Super. Okay, this is just at the very beginning. So he's already a universe buster, right? Already affecting, you know, pretty much everything within Universe 7. So that technically also means the other world and in a way, quote unquote, hell. So there is that. Okay, so Goku went ahead and fought against Hit, who used time skip. So you could say Goku in a way, he could overpower time. Literally just by powering up, he could technically do that, right? Because what time skip does is that a user skips time. For Hit, I think his maximum during, well, even in the Tournament of Power, what was his maximum? I think it was like 5 seconds or 6 seconds that he skipped ahead of time. This is called time skip. So he skipped ahead of time 5 seconds. I'm gonna say 5. It might be higher than that. I know it's not lower than that, but it might be higher than that. All right, 5 seconds, right? And yet Goku, out of sheer power, was able to, you know, just combat it, overpower, be able to compete with Hit when it comes to time skip, right? Time abilities. So there's already that right there, right? That Goku could go ahead and in a way overpower time. Now here's how you could overpower space. In a Tournament of Power, yeah, I know we're skipping a little bit, right? Because this is a pretty big feat. So in the Tournament of Power, he shook of the void of literally infinite nothingness. He shook infinite nothing just by simply powering up. Yeah, just by simply powering up. That is it, right? And that was the first time that he was going Ultra Instinct. So Ultra Instinct has 3 phases. Again, this is in the anime. 3 phases. So phase 1, 2, and 3 before he reaches Master Ultra Instinct, which is that silver hair. Phase 1, he literally did that from phase 1. Shook infinite nothing. So that right there, you could basically put Goku at high 4th dimensional unit. Some people would argue that he is infinite 4D. This is canon anime Goku. We're not using Heroes Goku. We're not using Composite Goku. We're not using anything like that. This is just canon Goku from Dragon Ball Super anime. That he is infinite 4D. So time and space, alright, check mark, he got that. Now when it comes to events, and when it comes to consequence, alright, Goku don't really got that. Right? He don't really got that. But now, here's the thing. He could go ahead and do all of that, right? Okay, he has an hacks ability that he could go ahead and cut through, you know, or have like time manipulation, space manipulation, events, consequence. Could have all of that, right? Based on his description right there alone. So now here's the thing. Is he fast enough to be able to do all of that? Because you could have the hack's ability of doing that, but just because you could have the ability of doing that, that doesn't necessarily mean you're like fast enough to be able to activate when it comes to somebody like Goku. Because Goku is billions upon billions of times faster than the speed of light. At the end of the Dragon Ball Super anime, he's billions upon billions of times faster than the speed of light. Because here's the thing, he reached the speed of light, some might argue earlier, but at the very least, lowballing it, Goku has reached the speed of light back in the Namek Saga. Yep, Planet Namek, the Namek Saga, when he first fought Frieza. When he first attained Super Saiyan. That's when, basically pretty much both of them was at, you know, the speed of light. That's lowball. Now, at the end of Super, that makes sense that he's billions upon billions of times faster than the speed of light. Okay, that right there, I'm going to go ahead and say it's 4 out of 10. I'm going to say it's 4 out of 10. Ready up, partner? Oh, yeah. So, here's the thing. Emperor has got all of that, right? Goku could overpower time, space. Events, that's I don't know about that, Chief. I don't know if Goku just by sheer powering up could be able to do that. If I'm gonna be honest, be real. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if he could do that. He hasn't shown anything like that at all whatsoever to be able to do that. So Emperor, you know, has that, right? So unless Emperor could challenge Goku in terms of speed, like rival him in terms of speed, that honestly Goku could just literally increase, like just go max speed, boom, there you go, possibly one tap him, possibly. But now here's the thing. Well, at the same time, I don't know. It depends on his durability. Because, like, because he could activate those abilities. He has those abilities, right? But is he able to tank those very same abilities to himself? Is he able to do that? Welcome to live stream, Toki. How are you doing today? Been a great day today. Welcome. Imp got good speed too. But that really depends. Is the speed like billions upon billions of times faster than the speed of light? Let's see here. He dodged 2 phantom bullets, which ignores instant and which ignores distance and targets the person's heart. So it's instantaneous, right? Or is it faster than instantaneous? Because you could argue Goku is faster than instantaneous. Because he doesn't really use the last time. Honestly, the last time he used instant transmission as in terms of combat, right, was back in Battle of Gods when he first fought Beerus. That's the beginning of Super. That's the first time he actually used instant transmission for combat wise, right? To be able to dodge an opponent because, oh crap, he's not fast enough to do that. But ever since then, he doesn't really rely on instant transmission, at least in that fashion. Now, he uses instant transmission to get to one place to the next, right? But that's traveling. That's different. That's not combat. It's like traveling speed versus combat speed. Those two are completely different. Because, yeah, you could go ahead, travel really fast, right? It's like, think of this for example, right? Like in layman's terms. A real-life human. Let's say, all right, let's say Usain Bolt, right? Because I think his top speed was 25 miles per hour, right? I think that's like his top speed. Something like that. 25, 30. It's like around there. That was like his top speed. Usain Bolt. All right. So that's his travel speed. But now, is he able to punch that fast? No, obviously not. Now, I don't know how fast he could punch, but I know he doesn't punch that fast. He can't punch as fast as he runs. So that's like the difference between travel speed and combat speed. Just because you could go run that fast or fly that fast, that doesn't necessarily mean you could go punch that fast or you could dodge something that fast. Because like throwing a punch, throwing an attack, and also dodging an attack, that's combat speed. Traveling speed is literally going from one point to the next. Damn, look at that war got Finn right there. Damn. Look, 300, 3-5 pluses. That's right, that's right. The ultimate war god Finn right there. Ultimate. He basically has irrelevant speed. Distance and time are the same, so he would be beyond speed formula or time itself, making him irrelevant speed. Damn. Damn. I have to see if Goku is irrelevant or not, because again, you could argue that Goku is technically beyond time, quote unquote, because he was literally able to combat hits, time skip, just sheer power. Just literally sheer power. Yeah. And then Hit, oh yeah, here's the thing. Hit used a time cage against Jiren. And Jiren was able to still move and then eventually break the cage and then, you know, defeat Hit in the Tournament of Power. And yet Goku fought him and then eventually defeat him. Well, quote unquote defeat him. He overpowered him, but technically he didn't win that fight. But he did overpower Jiren. So you could say technically Goku is that, but he's not beyond distance because, well, he still needs to use, you know, instant transmission, for example, to get to one place to the next. Let's see here. And he stacks the Imperial Wings, which gives him a weaker version of MUI. So he basically has MUI dodge, right? Like he just dodges like instinctively, basically. Because that's what Ultra Instinct is. That the name Instinct is there. Literally just dodging. Letting your body just do its thing. Ugh. Bless me. And he can read your thoughts before you can think of thinking them? Really? Damn. Alright, then go. Okay, yeah, Goku might be pieced up, bro. Not gonna lie, Goku might be pieced up. At least the canonized version. Now, if you go to Heroes, ooh, that's something completely different. That's something different, man. I'm talking about Heroes Goku. That one is broken. Xeno Goku or Capsule Corp Goku, that's broken because, so canon Goku, right? Canon him, he's infinite 4D, right? If you want to like mid to highball him, infinite 4D. But now Heroes Goku, that one, damn, I don't know. Because I've heard that he's either like infinite 6-dimensional or infinite 7-dimensional. Think about how crazy that is, right? Now, if we go to like dimensions, here, I'm gonna make it easier. Hold on. All right. Then we go ahead and start up the next one. That's I want to say that's 6 out of 10. Yeah, 6 out of 10. Crest After? No, that's only for Fridays. Oh, sorry. No, that's Fridays because, you know, Noble Crest Palace. All right. ChatGPT, I'm basically asking him. So here is this from 0 to 3D, right? Most fall between 2D or 3D, right? In terms of fiction, most fall between these two. So Goku, let's say for Highball, he's infinite 4D, right? Because he's definitely 4D without a doubt. Like low ball, he is. But again, there's some Dragon Ball Power Scalers out there that argue that he's infinite 4D. So let's use that. Infinite 4D, Canon Goku. So this is 4D plus right here, right? Relativistic, higher end. So now let's read these two. Character can perceive, move through, or manipulate time as an actual dimension. Can destroy timelines or universes that are bound by a single time axis. This is universal tier in many systems. So that basically pretty much sounds like Battle of Gods Goku. Alright. Hold on. Let me go ahead and start the next one. That is 7 out of 10. Okay, let's continue. Alright, so 4D right here. So this is space-time level, which makes sense, right? Based on the feats that I gave, makes sense. Able to operate independently of conventional time flow, can exist in all time frames at once, phase between moments or erase them entirely. Okay, I'm not sure if that's Goku. I think he's between these two. Honestly, I think he's between these two. Higher than 4D, this one, but lower than this one because, yeah, he can't really do that. Erase them? I'm not sure if he's able to erase timelines. I don't think so. Now, universes easily, right? Easily. Now, heroes slash... Yeah, no, not slash. Heroes Goku, right? Which some argue is like the strongest version. Others say it's God Fusion's Goku, which that's like something else. Or maybe Jump Force Goku. Alright. 8 out of 10. Alright, let's see right here. So, Heroes Goku. He's either one of these two. Low hyperversal, operates above the whole multiverse, affects a space where entire timelines are points. These are universes of universes, basically multiverses. Made hyperversal, can alter, destroy higher order reality stacks. A single location here contains an infinite multiverse. Alright, let's read 8D. Complex hyperversal power covers reality levels where lower dimensions are... Okay, no. So, Heroes Goku, yeah, definitely sounds more like 7D. So, Heroes Goku is literally 7D. 7D, 7th dimensional. Infinite 3D is universal, 4D is universal plus, 5D will be complex uni, and if you're beyond dimension tiering, you're outerversal. Yeah. So Goku would... So Heroes Goku would be that. I could ask ChatGPT right here real quick to explain 7D a little further. Alright. That was 9 out of 10. So last one, then I'm gonna go ahead and exchange. But anyways, so explain 7D further. Made hyperversal, sitting above 6D, low multiversal, but still below complex hyperversal 8D. Operates in a reality where a single point in 7D contains an entire 6D space, which already contains infinite 5D multiverses, which themselves each contain infinite 4D timelines and universes. They can move, manipulate, or destroy 6D points like locations on a map. The gap in power from 6D to 7D is infinite. You're not a bit stronger than 6D. You're operating on a plane where 6D entities are so small they may as well not exist physically. Analogy: imagine 3D creatures living in a cubes. Our world, a 4D being sees entire cubes as points. A 5D sees entire timelines of 4D spaces as points. By the time you get to 7D, you see entire stacks of 6D hyper realities, which already hold infinite timelines and universes as dots. Powers a 7D entity would have. Hold on, let me... Alright, thank you. There we go. 18,000. Alright, that's not a lot. I'm not gonna lie, that's not a lot. But thank you. Alright, let's go ahead and first let me finish reading that and then I'll go ahead and exchange. So powers a 7D entity would have: existence outside of totality of a 6D multiverse. They live above its physics and laws. Infinite multiverse manipulation, collapsing, merging, or rewriting infinite reality stacks. Hyperdimensional locomotion, free movement between 6D locations without traversing lower dimensions. Absolute causality, control over 6D structures. 6D irrelevance, on attack from any 6D or lower beings can affect them unless it's higher dimensional reach. And versus, if a 6D being is a god of infinite multiverses, a 7D being is a god of all gods of infinite multiverses and can erase them in the same way you can wipe a speck of dust from paper. So there you go. Until you reach hyper or outer. Well, this is hyper right here. Right? So it's above multiverses, basically. So Heroes Goku is exactly like this. Exactly like this. So now, I want to ask ChatGPT this. Let me go ahead, look at BF Emperor. Because I'm kind of curious. What would ChatGPT put somebody like Emperor as? Right? If we take the lore as face value. Let's see right here. I'm gonna put manipulate and let's see here. According to ChatGPT. Let's see. If a character can manipulate and cut through matter, time, space, events, and consequence, you're describing a being whose influence is at least 4D, but depending on how they do it, they could be much higher. Let's break it down. Manipulate matter. Yep, that's time, 4D. Manipulate space, 3D plus 4D. Manipulate events, such as causality control, not just changing the timeline, but rewriting what happens at will, 4D plus or 5D. Manipulate consequences is deeper causality manipulation, changing outcomes regardless of initial conditions, applying a perspective outside of timelines entirely, likely 5D plus. Possible tier if they just manipulate time and space, 4D universal plus. If they rewrite events across multiple timelines, 5D. If they alter causality itself so that no events can bind them, 6D plus, low hyperversal. Events of consequence means the being is not only changing the history, but the rules that connect cause and effect. That implies they operate above the 4D timeline entirely, viewing and editing the entire casual structure from a high dimension. So yeah, it really depends. Yeah, ChatGPT is right. It really depends how he does it, but let's highball him. So in highball, right? Highball, he will be 6D. Lowball, he'll be 5D. So that means, yes, he could be canon Goku without a doubt. Without a doubt, right? If you're using both, doesn't matter. Now, if we're using Heroes Goku, Dragon Ball Heroes, he will be, yeah, he will be Emperor even if you low or highball him. So, damn, this one is pretty damn strong. It is. And also, Ayo, walk to the last room, Ruben. Ayo, that's right, man. Oh, yeah. How you doing today? Having a great day today. Welcome, welcome. Let's see here. If he could affect the Yggdrasil, he should be outer because the Yggdrasil holds all fiction that crossover in. He could really do that? He could really do that. If so, god damn. Alright, we're doing this one. Specs, and then we're gonna move on to Specs Hyper, and then we're gonna move on to regular Specs. Bro, literally asking ChatGPT. Well, yeah, because that's like the fastest way to get information, right? Instead of trying to like go through multiple websites and things like that. There you go. If anybody wants to join. So if you could affect something like Yggdrasil. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's out of reversal. I'm not sure about that. Because even if holds all fiction, so as long as it crossovers with Grand Summoners, then it will hold basically pretty much that world into it. But now holding all fiction, well, if Grand Summoners hasn't crossed over with that specifically, technically it doesn't hold all fiction unless it crossovers. It crossovers with it. So therefore, I don't think it should be out reversal. Because what this sounds like, right, as long as it crossovers with them, it doesn't sound like it's out reversal. It sounds like it's, yeah, 6D, possibly 70. Or maybe 8. Because if we reference back to ChatGPT right here, right, about the other ones, let's go ahead and read the other ones. So 8D, complex hyperversal, power covers reality levels where lower dimensions are infinitesimally small, existing like mathematical points. 9D, high complex hyperversal, the gap between 8D and 9D is itself infinite. Each step up is an entire infinity stronger than the last. Transcendent hyperversal, entire higher planes that treat infinite dimensional structures like fiction. Well, I'll get to that. I'll get back to that. 11D, string, M theory complete, encompass all possible realities with physical law frameworks, may begin to step into outerverse scaling. So, from that, right? Actually, no, I'm wrong. Because it doesn't, technically it does not hold all fiction. Because if it doesn't cross over with it, therefore, it technically does not hold it. So it doesn't hold all fictional worlds, but it does hold like a good amount. Yeah, it sounds like... I want to say it sounds like it's either 90 or 10D. 90 or 10D. So, let's see here. You said that, let's see here, if you could affect the Yggdrasil, so how does he affect it, right? Does he damage it? Does he destroy it? Does he damage it to the point where everything is collapsing? Like, how is he affecting it? Because it really depends how he's doing all of that. Welcome to the live stream. Hope how you doing. Having a great day today. Welcome, welcome. Just joined up. Hey, yo, that's right. We're out here grinding as well as doing a little bit of power scaling. Power scaling BF Emperor. He cuts it open. So he cuts open Yggdrasil. the one that holds other fictional worlds. Which those, I'm not sure the size of it. Right? Like Overlord, Hell's Paradise. I don't know. Those are like infinite in size. Or it has like a finite, of it. But either way, though, the fact that it does that, yeah, it's between 90 and 10D. And if he cuts open that, then yeah, he could actually beat Heroes Goku. Because here's Goku. Again, if high, like... No, he's 70. Highballing it, I think he's still 70, but I think just infinitely 70. I don't think he's 80. There's nothing there that suggests that, or shown that he's 80. Not really, no. So yeah, he's like 9 or 10D. And I chose Garu. My bad. But hey, let's see. Maybe we could defeat Summer Finn. It's literally his super arts, the space-time looking thing. It holds fate. Yeah, that's crazy. So based on that information alone, then yeah, he's like, because if he could damage it, then yeah, he sits between 9 and 10D. Not Outerversal, because it doesn't hold all fiction. It doesn't. But still, the fact that it does all of that, yeah, that's crazy. Alright, let me go ahead and switch units right here. I chose Garu because, you know, I kind of want his, I guess I'm quote-unquote technically companion farming Garu. Quote-unquote. But let's just use Shiro. Let's just use him. Right. So that way we could, you know, survive a bit. Fate is crazy. Yeah, that right there alone, that is crazy. Now I definitely want a power scale. So here's the thing. Reyes, how well does oh my god, English. My bad. Anyways, how well does Reyes fare up against that Emperor? Beyond Fate Emperor. He's close? So Reyes is close. My bad. So Reyes is close. Like how close? Like he's relative? He could rival? He could give him like a run for his money? Not necessarily defeat him, but could definitely give him a run for his money. Well, which one is it? Sorry, my bad. About for yawning, because you know I have work today. Oh yeah, Reyes is probably top 5 strongest. Really? So then I wonder, where does BF Emperor scale to? Like when it comes to, because if you say he's top 5, then where is BF Emperor? Is he 1? Is he 2? He rivals him, but he needed help? Damn. So that puts him between 7 to 8D. Because if he needs help, but he's still somewhat, like, he still rivals him, but he just needs help, then yeah, he's between 7 and 8D then. That's crazy. If he's that, then he could run the entire Dragon Ball Gauntlet. Yeah, then that means he could give what's it called? Could give Heroes Goku like a good fight. Only because of grand scales. Oh, okay, grand scales. Well, damn. That's crazy. That is. He's number one. So, BF Emperor is the strongest person there. And all of Grand Summoners, thus far, he's the strongest. Is that right? Like, even with the current chapter, that's out on global, not JP, because, well, I mean, you know, all of that's Japanese. Can't really, you know, read all that. But at least on global, though. Damn. Roy would be like number 2. Damn. That's crazy. No, what happened? Well, here's the lobby code if anybody else wants to join. Yeah, if anybody else wants to join, there's the lobby code. Yeah. Alright, hold up. I'll be right back. I'm back. I was so bored. I read the whole lore. The Phantom Bullet is OP. Damn. Damn, that's crazy. We need a Sunday Reyes then. What the hell? That way he could be like, I don't know, on par with BF Emperor. So he's the strongest, huh? Damn, so that means, yeah, he could definitely be Zeno and the Grand Priest. Definitely. Alright, I'm gonna put it public. Race is not even close. Yeah. Damn. Damn, and that means BF Emperor would even give Heisei Godzilla, which is arguably one of the strongest versions of Godzilla's out there. Heisei Godzilla. That one's like 6D to 7D. So basically around the same as Heroes Goku. Damn, yeah, that is crazy, man. So, cause I don't know what characters could be on par with that kind of power. with that dimensional tier without hitting like the upper echelons, like way upper echelons, right? What I mean by way upper echelons, because so the strongest version of Superman is Cosmic Armor Superman. Not the whole golden one, which is I think Superman Prime 1,000,000. That people say, oh yeah, that's the strongest because he was bathed in the sun for like I think 1,000,000 years or something like that. No, it's Cosmic Armor Superman. That he is insane. Basically, pretty much, I'm only gonna name 2 abilities, and that should just tell you how strong he is. Speed is irrelevant. I think he's even higher than irrelevant speed. I need to look at the speed tiers. But Cosmic Armor Superman. My bad. Him. I'm only gonna name two abilities. That's it. What's-it-called? So Cosmic Armor Superman, what he could do is he could manipulate the plot. Yes, manipulate the plot itself. And he also has plot manipulation resistance. So if you try to do that, he has resistance to that. He also has reactive evolution. Nah, Cosmic Armor would wipe him. Oh yeah, definitely. Which would just those 2 abilities alone, yeah, that would just be like no contest. Yeah, no contest at all. Alright, I'm gonna go back to Garu. And now my cat is right here. Yes, I have a pet cat. Alright. There we go. So, yeah, Cosmic Armor Superman has reactive evolution. If you don't know what that does... Here it is. Reactive evolution. Yeah, I have it right there. So, what is reactive evolution in power scaling terms? Refers to a character's ability to instantly adapt, evolve, or grow stronger in response to threats, damage, or hostile environments, often during combat. It's typically seen in battle-centric fiction like animes, comics, or video games, and is considered a very high tier or broken ability depending how it's written. Reactive evolution is a passive or semi-passive power that allows a character to overcome challenges by evolving in real time. The evolution can affect their ability, strength, speed, powers, abilities, biology. So I'm only gonna read the high end of it. It's a hacks, a highly versatile, overpowered ability. It can be broken down in levels based on potency. So I'm only gonna read the high one because that's what Cosmic Armor Superman has. Instantaneous adaptation or counter to any power, even conceptual. Look at that, conceptual or metaphysical. A being who becomes immune to death or reality warping after one exposure. That's Cosmic Armor Superman, basically. He has reactive evolution. He... yeah, could basically pretty much adapt to, like, you know, death itself. Or the concept of death. Concepts. Plot manipulation as well. Which is insane. Cosmic Armor literally becomes the embodiment of winning. Yeah. The only other characters that... well, I mean, according to ChatGPT, that could beat Cosmic Armor Superman is, well, the Living Tribunal from Marvel and the Beyonders from Marvel. Like, if the author gave Superman the pencil he's writing with. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Can Cosmic Armor Superman defeat Bugs Bunny? Now, the reason why I say Bugs Bunny instead of any other characters that has Toon Force is because they need like an external source. They need an external source to gets their Toon Force. But I think Bugs Bunny is like the best one. The strongest, that's kind of debatable. But the best one. So much experience. He knows exactly what he's doing at all times. He trolls as well. So he has Toon Force. Like, here's the thing, right? With Bugs Bunny. This is the OG Bugs Bunny, by the way. Not these reboots or anything like that. OG Looney Tunes. He was able to literally go into the real world and punch his own creator. Punch his own creator and literally take the pencil from him and start writing in panels. Right? Like, oh, basically pretty much affecting the story itself. Plot manipulation. Toon Force is on a different level. Bugs be chilling with the author in the real world. Yeah, he could literally just do that. Basically whenever. He doesn't need to put like effort or anything. He just does that. He could basically pretty much choose when to do that, basically. So that's what I mean by like higher upper echelons of power. Yeah. But BF Emperor, I mean, but he's still pretty damn strong. The fact that he could beat one of the strongest versions of Godzilla, Heroes Goku, which is one of the strongest versions of Goku, like I want to say top 5 strongest versions of him. Yeah. Just that is you know, pretty crazy. Yep. Now, I'm gonna see like how much there is left. I mean, not left. I'm gonna see how much currency or the materials or whatever's that I have. Yeah. That highball Fusion Goku probably could be up there. Are you talking about God Fusion Goku where he literally fused with the audience? I have to like really check that because I watched like 3 videos on that, but they're kind of they debated with the well, they didn't debate with each other, but they have like a little bit conflicting results when they power scale him slightly. Some say he's like 8D, some say he's 10D. So it's between 8 to 10D. So that means that God Fusion's Goku, yeah, could technically, yeah, like challenge BF Emperor and like possibly defeat him. Has a chance of defeating BF Emperor. Yeah. I didn't even check how much. Whatever. I didn't even check. No. All right, let's see here. Alright, let's go. Another one! Alright, this time I'll check. Yeah, I'll check for sure. But yeah, that Goku, yeah, has a chance of defeating BF Emperor. Yeah. Yeah, so Cosmic Armor Superman, that's crazy. Yep. But now, I mean, if y'all want to hear it, if y'all want to, or if y'all curious, but I did say I write stories for my mascot right here. Right here. Yes, this is the mascot for the channel. Yeah. So I'll go show it real quick after I start up the next one. Let's see here. 17,000. Let's go for 25,000. 25,000. Yeah. So we're going to keep going until that says 25,000. Alright, let's go. So, anyways. So, yeah. I write stories on Wattpad. Yup. So, these are the ones that I have so far. So this is the current one that I'm writing. It only has one chapter. The second chapter is going to get released either Saturday or Sunday. This one. So yes, I'm currently working on this. Currently writing. This one, I showed this last time. Yeah, this is completely done. It's finished. It's finished. This is a crossover story with the mascot for this channel and somebody else's character, right? And the same thing right here, somebody else's character right here as well. And this is a story right here of what if two Saiyans who are rivals and best friends become permanently fused. Yeah, that's what the storyline is basically about. The mascot fused with his rival and best friend, which becomes permanently fused. So I do write stories about the mascot. Yeah, it's right here. And then there's this one, but I need to get back to that soon. This one's like incomplete. So yeah, it's these ones. The basically have cover art. So yeah, if you're interested, here it is right here. Maybe check it out, bookmark it, or something. If you're interested, because I do have power scaling for you know the mascot for this channel. Yeah, if y'all curious about it. Oh, look at that, 20k. Let's see here. Demon Lord Rimuru would be an interesting matchup for Emp. Oh yeah, definitely, because he's also up there in the higher echelons of power. Yeah, Demon Lord Rimuru could do some crazy stuff. But I'm like, the thing is, I'm not 100% too familiar with his power scaling, but I do know that he slaps Canon Goku. Heroes Goku, possibly. Yeah. I have to go and see like Demon Lord Rimuru's scaling, power scaling, to see like for sure if he could slap Heroes Goku or not. Now I got some to read later. Yee. So again, Zhao Khan, the Multiversal Traveler, the first one that you see, that's ongoing. Again, the second chapter is going to get released either Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, it's on track to be released on one of those 2 days. The other ones, like I said, they're done. So yeah. Now, how strong is he? Let's see here, because I'm using current version, because those two crossover stories use the current version of the MC, the mascot, which his name is Rage. That's where I get my YouTube channel from you know the name of my mascot. Yeah. Now, where do I get the name of my mascot? Well, that's a story for another day. But what's my call? So him, how strong is he? Well, first, well, let me break it down a little bit so that way y'all could know like how strong is he. Yeah. So let me go right here. Hold on. All right. So there's this. Let me open this one up. Let me go minimize that. Let me minimize this real quick. All right, let me start the next one right here. So the MC, the mascot, is around 6,000 years old. Yes. So he's a half Saiyan. So yes, it is. Well, yeah, it is fan fiction. He is from the Dragon Ball verse. However, his story takes place 100 years after the events of Goku and his friends, right? So that's after, you know, Goku and his friends already, you know, they passed on. They're not around anymore. So it's 100 years after that. So the best way to say it is Rage's story takes place basically around the same time as Goku Jr.'s story takes place. Yeah, around there. To give it like the best way to explain it, right? So he's around 6,000 years old currently within the story. And I used that version for both of the crossover stories. The Multiversal Flashpoint and then Multiversal Saiyans Collide. Those two. I used that version. So that version has... Alright, let me go ahead and start up the next one. Oh, look at that rank up. Awesome. Alright, cool. Ooh, we're so close. Look at that. So close. 24,000. Alright, hold up. I know, the anticipation, right? Ooh. So, I brought up those pictures. So this one right here, this is how he looks like, right? The mascot. I mean, you can see with it. So, this right here, okay, you can't really see the name. But this transformation is called Omni Death Super Saiyan. Why is it called that? It's because the transformation previously... Alright, let me go ahead and actually pull it up. Alright, here it is right here. So this is Death Super Saiyan Rage. I should have started off with this one first. My bad. So this is Death Super Saiyan Rage. This is how he looks like. This is canonically how he looks like. Pretty epic, right? But why is it called Death Super Saiyan? Well, that is because he fought against... Okay, I need to open this up again. Alright, let me go ahead and stop grinding for him. Okay, well, hold on. We need to go one more that did not reach 25,000. We need to do one more. Alright, let's battle. Okay. So, I need to pull him up right now. So, here's the hierarchy, right? For mine. So, there is the God hierarchy, right? For Dragon Ball. You know, Grand Prix, Zeno, the Angels, God of Destructions, all of that, right? But for mine, there's two hierarchies above that. There's celestial beings. One is the creator of antimatter. The other one is the creator of cosmic power. I'm not going to say the names because they're not my characters. They're one of my good friend's characters. But it's just because me and him both build up this this verse, right? But anyways, whatchamacallit? Yeah, so there's the celestial beings, the celestial hierarchy above the god hierarchy, right? I'm gonna call it God. And then above both of them is the cosmic being hierarchy, or the cosmic hierarchy, if you will, right? To make it short. The cosmic hierarchy, that's so I'll basically name who is the strongest one, right? Or you know what? Here, this is easier because I could just show the scaling. I'm being a little bit stupid. I could show the scale. It's just I want to try to scale him as I can. Thank you for helping me grind. All right. So you know what? Here, I'll just pull it up right now. So this is the information, right? All right. So let me go ahead. Nope. Hold on. I know you guys can't see it yet. Let me go ahead and zoom it in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. One more. Zoom in. There we go. All right. So, okay. Really? All right. Let me. Who's this? Let me try to make this be a little bit bigger right here. Is that good for y'all? I mean that looks, yeah, you guys could definitely see it. Okay, so this is the scale, right? So for reference, Grand Prix and Zeno are at 0, right? One above all, if you know one above all, then you know, is at 100, right? So this is from 0 through 100. So spot 0 through 10 is 2 times stronger. So what do I mean by that? For example, spot number 1 is 2 times stronger than spot number 0. Spot number 2 is 2 times stronger than spot number 1, etc., etc. And then 10 through 19, 10 times stronger. 11 through 19, I mean, okay, yeah, this is an error. I'm gonna have to fix that, because that's not supposed to be 10. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and fix that. Okay, but anyways, you see right here, 20 through 29, 1,000 times stronger. 30 through 39, 10,000 times stronger each spot. And then 40 through 49, 100 times stronger, 100,000 times stronger for each spot, right? And then now 50 through 59, a million times stronger with each spot. Yeah, so 60 through 68 is on par with life itself. What do I mean by life itself? I mean literally the concept, like literally everything, the actual meaning of the word, the concept of it, everything. That's what I mean by on par with life itself. 69 is beyond life itself. Beyond that, basically you're pretty much immortal. And then now 70 through 78 is on par with death itself. So again, much like life, that is encompassing like the concept, the literal meaning of death, right? And then 79 is being beyond death, right? And then 80 through 88 is being on par with chaos or order or both. Basically pretty much both. 80 through 88. And then exactly the same thing how I said it. Now, with my verse, chaos and order is stronger than death and life. Yeah. And then 89 is beyond both order and chaos. Now, 90 is beyond adaptability. So even if, like, let's say, for example, somebody has reactive evolution like Cosmic Armor Superman, well, you're beyond that. So it doesn't matter how much they adapt to somebody, they won't be able to catch up to them at all. No matter what. Even if they have reactive evolution like Cosmic Armor Superman. No. They're just beyond that. 91, beyond reality warping, reality manipulation, transcend reality, basically. All of that. Encompassing all of that. And then 92, beyond causality or acausality or both of them. And then 93, beyond anything, which is infinity, strength, power, time, space, etc., etc. All of those concepts, all of those, the very exact meaning, just be beyond all of that. And then 94 is beyond judgment and authority and arbitration from cosmic beings or a cosmic hierarchy. So basically pretty much like, let's say the living tribunal, for example, like forces you, commands you to do something. Well, you're beyond that. So you can't be controlled by somebody like the living tribunal for Marvel at all whatsoever. Like literally none. You're basically beyond that. It goes, so what I mean by beyond, it means beyond immunity, right? It's no longer immunity. It's like the next step above that one. You're just literally beyond it. It cannot affect you. It has 0% of it affecting you at all. And then 95 is outer ki, aka outerverse ki. I'll explain that later, right? Because that's like a whole nother thing. And then 96 is beyond concepts. 97 beyond transcendence. And then 98 beyond all omniverses. So basically, pretty much, you could in a way say all of fiction. And then 99 beyond plot and story. That's how it is. So Cosmic Armor Super, let's go ahead and say Cosmic Armor Superman. Where is he at? I think Cosmic Armor Superman, from all the knowledge that I've known about him thus far, the fact that you can manipulate the plot and everything like that, I think he would be at... Honestly, I'm not sure. I have to think about that for a moment. I have to think about that. But basically, pretty much, the MC, right? Where is he at currently within the story? Currently within the story, he is at a 78, on par with death itself. He is nearing 79, beyond death itself. So basically, pretty much, he can be killed. He's nearing that level of power. So, which is this one. This is his final transformation, which is called Vex Instinct. Now, the reason why it's called Vex Instinct is because it's a new type of power. He basically pretty much combines all the power that he has gained throughout his entire journey, and he just combines it all in this transformation. So he made Vex Ki, which is basically essentially, if you know Dragon Ball, normal ki, God ki, Titan ki, which is a ki that I created, and then Death ki, which is a ki that I also created, that is from Death itself. Death itself, like in universe explanation, is the one who created Death ki. He basically pretty much combined all of them together to make Vex ki, and in turn make Vex Instinct, which this is what he looks like right here. I have different pictures if y'all want to go ahead and see them. So that's how he looks like right here. But I have another one right here. There you go. It's from a different artist, but yeah, you can see right here. This is what Vex Instinct looks like. Yeah, pretty strong and all of that. So that's how he is in currently in the story. However, there is Endo Story version of him. Yeah, Endo Story. That one is if you followed my other Twitter, you'll know, but if not, here it is right here. And it's not necessarily spoiling it. It's more so, in a way, yeah, it's telling, okay, this is how strong he gets, like at the end of the story, but how he gets there and all of that. It's like that's like huge gaps, you know, huge gaps in knowing how he gets there and everything. What does that form exactly do? All of that such, right? So if you follow my other Twitter, because I do have a second Twitter account specifically for well, you know, my mascot and everything. This is what it is right here. So this right here says Multiversal Journey Next Generation, by the way. So right here. So it takes place in the Dragon Ball Super branch, because right here, yeah, it branches off to after Z, right? It branches off to 3 different ones. So Dragon Ball Diamond, which is the most recent one, and then Dragon Ball GT, and then Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super, I think, is, well, because it's canon, right? Technically this is canon, but the events just cannot correlate with Super because there's so many contradictions, there's so many retcons if you try to make this canon. So therefore this is separate from Super. So by the way, so Dragon Ball Super, it takes place in the Super branch. 100 years later, Rage's Adventures, the mascot. And then 4,300 years later, Tower's history, which is my good friend's his MC. That's when his MC story takes place 4,300 years later, right? Now, Rage's Adventures is still taking place, still on the same time as Tower's history. But both of them basically converge together for Multiversal Journey. And that's when his MC and then my MC, Rage and Tower, would meet in Multiversal Journey. And so currently within the story, in Multiversal Journey, Rage being around 6,000 years old, yeah, it takes place in Multiversal Journey, currently right now. But now, at the end of his journey, which takes place in Multiversal Journey Next Generation. Basically, pretty much, Rage and Tara are no longer the MCs. Now there's a next generation that basically becomes MCs. Kind of like Naruto, Boruto, kind of in that sense. However, it's completely different, right? Because this takes place 881,000 years later. So it can't be their kids. No, it's way into the future, right? Because at this point, Rage would be around 1,000,000 years old. Tara would be around nearing close to 1,000,000, right? So there is that. So how strong is Rage, the mascot for this channel? How strong is he in Multiversal Journey Next Generation? Well, he would be at a 95. That's how strong he would be at the end of his journey. 95. Yeah. Which is basically pretty much beyond judgment, beyond infinity, beyond causality, reality warping, adaptability, basically pretty much all of this previously. He'll be beyond all of that. That's his strongest point right here. 95. Yeah. So that means if he goes up against BF Emperor, Demon Lord Rimuru, Heroes Goku, things like that, well, he'll be able to one-tap them easy, without a doubt. Yeah. So now here's the lore. So you know the lore behind this transformation, right? Vex Instinct, right? So let me give you. I'll read what y'all say right now in the chat. So let me give you lore on this transformation right here. So this is Death Super Saiyan Rage. How did he get this transformation? He fused with Death itself to fight against an ex-cosmic being. And now I'll say like how strong are these cosmic beings are and etc. in a little bit, right? So this right here is an ex-cosmic being. This one right here. His name is Lord Dark. That's his name. He's an ex-cosmic being. He's the very first ruler for all the demon realms. Very first one. He is pretty damn old. He was born 10 minutes before the Big Bang happened. That's how old he is. 10 minutes before the Big Bang. Yeah. So if you're wondering, where is he at on the scale, right? He is at a... So here's the thing. He has a vest that's called a suppression vest because it suppresses his power. The reason why is because he is so strong. So think of Aizen from Bleach, right? Going into the human world, interacting with humans. If you remember that, or if you watch Bleach, yeah. If you don't, then let me explain that scene, right? Let me go ahead and explain it. So when Aizen was in the human world, when he stood next to a regular human, he literally exploded. Aizen wasn't powering up. He wasn't doing anything. He was just there standing, literally standing still, and the normal ass human being exploded. Just like that. That's how it is for him, but on a much larger, a much bigger scale. So basically pretty much any of the gods from the god hierarchy were to stand next to him, that very exact same thing would happen. Even well, not celestial beings, but celestial beings would like feel like nauseous when standing next to him. That's how strong he is. Right? To like, you know, have it be, you know, to give an idea of how strong he is. Welcome to live stream, Javier. How are you doing? Having a great day today. Welcome, welcome. Ray just sent you a message you can read after the stream. Yeah, I will. That aura is cool as. Yeah, man. He's stronger than most of fiction. Like, damn. Rage? Yeah. So, this one right here. You want to know how strong he is? Because he is Rage's final villain. Strongest and final villain. That's what he is. That's what he represents. Final and strongest. But he's also smart. He's the smartest villain that Rage fought. Because here's like a lore, right? Here's like a lore to give. Lord Dark right here. He was inside. He was in Rage's body, right? Because he fought against 4 beings that basically made him really weak to the point where he can't really sustain his, you know, his original body like this. He couldn't. They weakened him that much. So he had to take a host, like a parasite. So he chose Rage's body. And this was when Rage was a kid, right? Rage didn't even know it, that he had somebody like Lord Dark. Lord Dark stayed in Rage's body all the way up until Rage was like around 3,000 years old. Around 3,000, that's when he exited his body and basically pretty much was able to sustain, like, you know, his own body again, right? Got most of his powers. Not all of it, most of it though. Right? And yeah, that's basically pretty much the lore. And the reason why he's one of the smartest is because he knows how Rage thinks. He knows how he feels. He knows exactly what he's gonna do next, because he's been in his, you know, taking host of his body for 3,000 years. 3,000 years. So he knows exactly what Rage is gonna do next, the abilities that he locked and unlocked and everything like that. Right? But even outside of that, let's say he fired somebody else, right? He is still very smart, because he would go test, right? Kind of be like a little bit of a scientist. Test a little bit. Now, one of his downfalls is that he's very cocky. So basically, pretty much, Rage and his allies, because Rage does have allies, that goes and fights against him. But even teaming up against to fight him, they can't beat him. They can't. They can't at all. Because he's just that strong. I'm not talking about end of story Rage. I'm talking about current story Rage. Current story Rage cannot 1v1 him. Cannot. He will get absolutely decimated. But anyways, what he does, right? He could manipulate the plot, but he has the low version of it, right? Actually, no, he has the mid version of it. He has the mid version of plot manipulation. He has high plot manipulation resistance. He has very high conceptual manipulation and very high conceptual manipulation resistance, and etc. He has all of that. So now you could get the picture of how strong he really is and why current story Rage absolutely gets goddamn decimated by him. And that's why he's the final and the strongest villain for him. He is. And there's a reason why he is he's so strong. There's a reason why. Like Sakuna and Yuji. Yes, something like that. A little bit. But the thing is that he basically pretty much, since Rage didn't know that he was in his body for like 3,000 years, it's a little bit like that, but not really, because Lord Dark tried not to make his presence really all that known at all. Not even Beerus, not even Whis, not even Grand Priest, not even Zeno. None of them could detect him being in Rage's body. At all. He was literally that undetectable. But yeah, so that's how strong he is and everything. Yeah, and so how strong is he when it comes to that scale? Well, he is 93 on the scale without the suppression vest. With the suppression vest, he is about an 88. An 88 with the suppression vest, but a 93 without it. So now here's the question, because like here it is right here. Let me go ahead and zoom it in again. Oh no, I'm spoiling a little bit of like everything right here. Oh no. Let me go ahead and zoom in one more time. So yeah, he's 93. So beyond anything, infinity, strength, power, time, etc., etc. So he is he's that. All right, without the suppression vest. With the suppression vest, he's at an 88, beyond par with chaos or order or both. So he is like nearing this with the suppression vest. So current story rage, he's at a 78, nearing 79. So he's been fighting Lord Dark right here with the suppression vest the entire time. And he could not, like, he can't 1v1 him, even with his allies, right? Because Rage actually does have a wife. He has a wife and kids, which I'll go ahead and pull it up right now. And he also has a rival, like I mentioned earlier. So here it is right here. Yeah, I made them in the game called Universe 2, except for her. I made her in Jump Force. But anyways, so Rage, this is his wife named Farah. These are his 5 kids. Yeah, 5. Rage Jr., or some people like to call him Raiden. This is Flora, or Flora, if you could roll your R's. This is Saitaro. This is Tiana. And then this is Maria. Tiana, you could see the outfit that she's wearing. Yes, she became a god of destruction after Beerus. Yes, she did. She was the next one to become a god of destruction. But anyways, so Farah, right? Let's see right here. Farah is on par with Rage. Yep, on par with him. Current story Rage, current story Farah. They both are on a 78. And then his rival right here. Let me go ahead and pull him up real quick. I know, Big Lord, Big Lord. Here we go. So this is his rival. His name is Zeldron. He is the grandson of Dragon Ball Super Broly, because again, this takes place in the Dragon Ball Super branch. He's the grandson of Dragon Ball Super Broly, and he is the legendary Super Saiyan for his generation. Yeah. He is on par with Rage 2 at a 78 as well. So that right there, right off the bat, both 78. They teamed up against him, definitely, against Lord Dark. No, they can't beat him. Nope. Not at all. No, they get absolutely wrecked. But now, if we're talking about end of story Rage, he's at a 95. Lord Dark without the suppression vest is at a 93. Well, I mean, you can see right there, yeah, he could basically pretty much beat Lord Dark. Yep, basically. Yep, so that's how strong the mascot is. So, yeah, the lore with this, he fused with Death itself because Death was being overthrown by Lord Dark. Yeah, Death itself. The concept of Death, everything. Yeah, crazy. And so Rage fused with Death itself to unlock Death Super Saiyan, and in turn unlock Death Key. All of that. Yeah, so now he has the powers of Death, right? So he can't easily be killed. So basically, pretty much, technically speaking, well, once he mastered this form, he is in a way immortal. So he can't die by old age. He can't die by disease, sickness, viruses, nothing like that at all. He can't die by that either. Nope, not at all. Nope, none. Right, and then his next transformation, Omni Death Super Saiyan. That's like the next level, right? The next one afterwards. That's like the next evolution to Death Super Saiyan, basically. This one, he unlocked reality warping, right? To the highest level, to the highest degree, reality warping. And therefore, he has, to the highest degree, reality warping resistance. To the highest degree. Yeah. But even with those two transformations... No, that's not enough for Lord Arc. Nope. And then there's... Let's see here. Oh, that's Super Saiyan 2. That's how Rage looks like in Super Saiyan 2. And that's supposed to be his home planet at the background, which is called Xanton. Planet Xanton. Yep, his home planet. Which, the sky is green, but the grass is blue. Basically the opposite of how we have it in the real world. Grass is green. I mean, the grass is blue, the sky is green. Yeah, that's how it is. Let's see right here. Yeah, let's go back to Vex Instinct right here. Yeah, there it is. This is how he looks like. So even with Vex Instinct, so what does he have when it comes to this transformation, right? Like some of the abilities. So he has a very low version, like a very low version of plot manipulation. He has mid plot manipulation resistance. He has high conceptual manipulation, resistance. He has reactive evolution, definitely, without a doubt, to the highest degree. He has instantaneous regeneration to almost to the highest degree, not quite. I think it's like second below to the highest one that you could possibly have with him. So not quite the highest. And what else? Information manipulation resistance. So manipulating information down to like the very like even like much down, what do you call it? I don't have it written down right here on my computer. I have it written down somewhere. I had to like pull it up. But you could basically manipulate information to like a very like to the highest degree. And he has resistance to that as well. Let's see here. He is able to like be in the Outerverse, survive in it, all that. He's fought Lord Dark in the Outerverse before. And fun fact, in the Outerverse, that is Lord Dark's domain. He has said that plenty of times in the crossover stories, and also that Raydron story that you saw. He said that plenty of times. Oh yeah, the Outerverse is his domain. Yeah, basically pretty much he becomes like near unstoppable in that. Which is crazy. The Outerverse, which is outside of the Omniverse, literally nothing exists, and yet Lord Dark considers that his domain. Think about how insane, how crazy that is. And Rage fights Lord Dark in the Outerverse 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10. Because the mortal realm, even like the 10, 12, like 11, 12, like the higher echelons of dimensions, it cannot handle even Rage's power. Nor Lord Dark. It cannot handle both of their powers because they'll easily be able to destroy it. Like easily. Within the first clash. Not even transformed. But Rage always goes to Vex Instinct because he always takes Lord Dark seriously. Now, here's the downfall of Lord Dark, right? He is very cocky in a sense of he sees Rage and his allies as his plaything, basically like toys, basically like, oh, you're gonna do this, oh, okay, let me go ahead and do this. But basically like toys. That's how he views them as, and that's his downfall. Now, does he view other beings like that? Like, if it's outside of this verse, not necessarily. Now, he views them as lower, that's for sure, unless they I don't know, they show like something crazy, right? Like, I don't know, maybe rival his power, right? Rival his abilities, things like that. Then, okay, he will no longer see them as beings that are lower than him. No. Whatchamacall? But yeah, and then here's another thing with Lord Dark, which is actually kind of crazy. What's broken when it comes to him is that he could nerf some abilities. So one of them that he could nerf is literally he could nerf reactive evolution. Like, that ability itself, he could nerf that down to where it's like almost non-existent. Actually, no, non-existence. Why not almost? That actually makes no sense. It's either there or not there. But basically, pretty much, yeah, he could nerf it down to like literally its non-existence. So even though Rage has that ability that he could instantly adapt, but the fact that Lord Dark could nerf it down to the point where it doesn't even work, that's why Rage cannot beat him. Because you might think, oh, if he has that, then can't he just go instantly adapt to his power, go to 88? No, because Lord Dark literally nerfs that. And if he fights any other beings that has this like reactive evolution, like Cosmic Armor Superman, for example, he will nerf that too. So basically, pretty much any ability that Rage has, Lord Dark will be able to either nerf it or completely counter it. He could literally do that. Because he is in a way like a scientist. Even though he's super cocky, but he understands abilities. See, it's not like, oh, what is this ability? This ability, it's not even worth my time. I'm not going to go ahead and study it. I'm just going to assume it's something stupid. It's something worthless, right? No, he's not like that. Not at all. He might make it seem like it, right? Like on the surface, the way his demeanor is. But in reality, no, he's not like that at all. He would actually study it, be able to figure out how it works, if it's anything similar to what Rage or his allies have done. If it's anything similar to that, then yeah, he'll be able to go ahead and do it. Or even if it's similar to like his abilities, right? He'll also be able to counter it too, because I mean, you know, he has those abilities. Now, there's a reason why Lord Dark is that strong. Because you might think, oh, that's stupidly broken, like, what? It's because his parents, they're part of the cosmic hierarchy. Yeah, so I'm gonna name the beings because since these are my characters, I'll be able to name them. So the ones that are part of the cosmic hierarchy is Draco, Eunice Cortina, Bolania, Kamiya, Darkia. Soon, eventually in the future, in Multiversal Journey Next Generation, it's gonna be Matrina. Death itself. And there was another being. I just recently added him to the Cosmic Hierarchy. But, you know, it will make sense as to why. But they're part of the Cosmic Hierarchy. Lord Dark used to be part of that. Now, the reason why he's no longer part of it is because he broke one of the cosmic laws. He did. So, Lord Dark's parents is Eunice Cortina and Bolania, which, you know, they're part of the Cosmic Hierarchy. Lord Dark's sister, his older sister, is Darkia. His younger sister is Matrina. Matrina is literally the embodiment of chaos itself. That's what Matrina is. And that's why Matrina is higher and stronger than death itself. And basically the concept of death. That's why on the scale you see it like that. Because Matrina shares the same parents as Lord Dark does. But currently in the story, because again, this is Rage as around 6,000 years old. In terms of dragon years, because that's what Lord Dark and his siblings are, because they're part dragon. And then they're also part devil. That's what they are. Dragon and devil. And so whatchamacallit? Matrina, in terms of dragon years, she's a teenager. Yeah, and she acts like a teenager too. In one of the crossover stories, she does appear. And you'll see her acting a little bit like a teenager, just a little bit. More like an emo, moody kind of teenager, you know, that kind. So in terms of that, she's a teenager. Lord Dark is a full-grown adult. Same thing with his older sister, Darkia. They're both full-grown. So their parents. Let me explain them. So Evilness Cortina is at a 99 on the scale. He's at a 99. Yes. So he's nigh omnipotence. He is the reason why evil exists, at least in my verse. He has the title of Bringer of All Evil. That's what he has. He's literally the entire reason why evil exists. His wife, which is Lord Dark's mother, Bolania. She is at a 98 on the scale. So not as strong, but still crazy as strong. She is nigh omniscient. She has the title of Holder of All Knowledge. So everything that happened within my verse, it doesn't matter what timeline it happens in. No matter what, she will know it instantaneously. She knows what's going to happen, what happened in the past, what's happening in the present, and what's going to happen in the future. She knows everything of that. Nigh omniscience. She's the holder of all knowledge. She knows literally everything. So basically, think of like Zuno, right? That showed in Dragon Ball Super, who's like super smart, right? Think of that, but like infinitely times smarter. That's what Bolania is. And so that right there kind of gives a reason why Lord Dark is so strong. Yeah, on the scale. And why it takes basically pretty much so much just to even do anything to him. That's why he's so strong, because of his parents. He was born with a lot of those abilities. And from there, over time, as he grew older into adulthood, a lot of those are just passive abilities. Naturally passive abilities that he's born with. So he never trained. Here's the thing. He never trained a day in his life. Never. At all. Not a single second. He unlocked all those abilities. Just by, you know, over time. Over time, he discovers them, and then he unlocks them, or his parents teaches them. So, there's that. Yeah. And when it comes to, like, fighting, like, okay, you think, okay, so that means he must be a novice. He doesn't know how to, like, properly throw a punch or anything like that. No. He does. Because he instantly knows. He instantly could, like, mimic it, everything, understand it, all of that. Because, again, he's like a scientist. He would, like, really try to figure out how abilities or even fighting styles work. And then he'll develop a way to counter it completely without even having to, you know, train. But now, you're wondering, okay, who's stronger than him? Well, obviously his parents are. Obviously, yeah. His parents are stronger than him. His older sister, Darkia, is stronger than him. Not by much, but still stronger than him. Bless me. Let's see here. So there's other cosmic beings that are stronger than him too. So there's Draco. with the C, not with the G. Draco. He is the guardian of everything. What I mean by everything, I mean everything. Literally everything. He is 99 on the scale, so equal to that of Lord Dark's father, Evenless Cortina. They both are at 99. So that means, yes, they're the strongest ones. In my verse. The strongest ones. And then there's Kamiya, who is actually around the same level of power as Darkia. And then there's another one who is around the same level of power as Matrina. So technically the one who's the weakest one in the cosmic hierarchy is Death itself, which is kind of crazy to say. But yeah, Death itself is the weakest one in the cosmic hierarchy. Because you saw the scale right there where he scales off to. So that should like give like, you know, how strong it really is. But there's a ton of lore and everything like that, and you know, it makes complete sense, right? As to, you know, why they're that strong, then, you know, things like that. Well, Lord Dark already explained why he's that strong, right? There's only one version, like the Living Tribunal, right? Or the one above all. There's only one version of Draco, no matter what the timeline is, or the multiverse, or the omniverse. There's only one version of Draco. There's only one version of Evilness Cortina and Bolania. Only one single version. But now here's a crazy thing. Lord Dark, there's actually multiple versions of him. At least when it comes to timelines. There's multiple timeline counterparts version of him. But here's the crazy thing. Another ability that he has, right, is that he's like connected telepathically to all of his timeline counterparts. So think of like the king, the Council of Kings, right? Where all of them come together to like talk or whatever, right? All different timeline versions of him. That's basically Lord Dark, but on a more deeper level. They don't have to meet in order to know what each of them are planning. They're connected like that. So what happens in one timeline? Oh, like let's say Lord Dark dies for whatever reason in one timeline. Well, you know, hey man, well, another timeline version of Lord Dark will be like, ah, okay, that's how he dies, and it will be able to completely, you know, avoid that. Now, here's the crazy thing: his sisters, Darkia and Matrina, they don't have that ability. Kamiya doesn't have that ability either. The one that's the embodiment of order, I have to see what his name is. He doesn't have that ability either. Honestly, the only one that has that ability where they're connected to their timeline counterparts is Lord Dark. He's literally the only one that has that. Nobody else really has that. So that's like another way of how he's just crazy strong. And that's why he's one of the reasons why he is the final villain, the strongest and the smartest villain of Rage that Rage has to ever fight. Now, there is also other reasons, more personal reasons, right? I'm only going to say one because I don't want to spoil all of it, right? You're going to have to read like other reasons why. So, one of the reasons is because Rage, right? You saw his family, right? I'm gonna pull it up again. Rage's family. Where is it? Here it is. So here's Rage's family right here. So, wife and kids. They died when Rage was 45 years old. Welcome to live stream, Keiki. How you doing? Turn up, had a great day today. Welcome, welcome. I didn't know that old man was a good unit. What? Him? Haruko? Hakuro? No, it's Hakuro. Not really. You only use him as a luck unit. But anyways, so his family died when Rage was 45 years old by a trio of villains. These trio of villains studied Rage and his family for 10 years. 10 years. Extensively studied. So basically when Rage was like 35. His wife is only a year younger. So when he was 35 and she was 34. So yeah, the trio of villains studied them for a decade. And then went ahead and executed the plan and killed them all. Except for Rage. They were about to kill Rage. So here's the crazy thing, right? They made Rage right here literally watch his family die. Overpower him. Outskill him. Well, outskill him somewhat, but overpower him. One of them literally hold him down, lift up his head, and then the other two went ahead and chop off each of their heads one by one. And force Rage to watch. Force him. Cannot close his eyes, cannot blink, nothing like that. They literally force him to. And that right there, Rage unlocked the transformation. And then he killed those trio of villains. But then that scarred him for a really long time. Yeah. But now there's a reason why those trio of villains did that. It's because... it's because... Let me pull them up. Where is he at? Okay, so here he is right here. Lord Dark. This is him with his aura. This is what his aura looks like, by the way. So, it's because of Lord Dark. Lord Dark hired him to go kill off Rage's family. While Lord Dark was still in Rage's body. Yeah. He did that. Why? Again, like I said before, he sees Rage and his allies, his family, his home planet, as playthings, as toys. So he's like, oh, I wonder what happens if he gets angry. Yeah, he's evil. He's maniacal. He's like evil. Like, Lord Dark is supposed to represent the definition of evil. That's what Lord Dark is supposed to represent. The definition of evil. Yeah. So that's one of the more personal reasons as to why Lord Dark is Rage's final villain. Yeah. Now there's plenty of other reasons, plenty of other personal reasons that he affected Rage's life in some way, shape, or form. There's huge lore on that, but you could see some of it in those crossover stories or those other stories that are published. Definitely. So there's that. But what do y'all think so far? I know it was like a lot of lore, but what do y'all think about it so far? Oh, trying to get to level 100 rank so I can do better crest farms and multiplayer. Hey, that's right. Damn, they got pieced up. Let me go ahead and just do this real quick. Yeah, man. Crest grinding. It definitely helps. Crests do help with units. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm definitely reading this. Hey, glad that you're looking forward to reading it. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Which I'm gonna explain it in a little bit right here. So, those stories that Alright. That was the homepage of Wattpad. But anyways, So here's the thing though about reading the stories. I mean, it's still worth reading. Don't get me wrong, it's still worth reading because I, did put effort and thinking into everything to make sure lore-wise it works, right? To make sure there's no contradictions or anything like that, or retcons. I really tried to make sure that there's no retcons. But anyways, so here's the thing. This story, Zhao Khan, the Multiversal Traveler, this is canon. This is actually non-canon. This is also non-canon. This is also non-canon. This is canon. But this takes place like in a different place. It still takes place within the same universe, but just on a different planet. But anyways, yeah, so these three are actually non-canon. Yeah. But even so, I still think it's good to read up. Because I will use like some references, like some events references, in a way to make it canon in a sense, right? So the main canon storyline. This story right here so far is the only one that's actually canon. Yeah, this takes place when Rage is 21 years old, by the way. 21. Zhao Khan, the Multiversal Traveler. The MC is Zhao Khan in this story because this is like a side story, right? Rage's Adventures is actually not up yet. Nope. It's not up because I haven't finished it yet. It will be up soon. I'm just working on this one currently. Because I did make a few promises that I would work on this one next. And not Rage's Adventures. So, but besides that, everything that happens within this story is canon. These three, no. But I mean, it's still a good read. It's still a good read. Because I did put a lot of thoughts on everything. And also, here's the thing with this one, right? You might see this one as like, oh, it's not finished or whatever, right? The whole story itself is actually done. It is done. You see right here at the end. But the reason why I don't have it as like a complete story is because I'm trying to get artworks for every single chapter. Yeah, every single one. So like Permanent Fusion. This one has artwork. This is what I mean. Right here, so the MC is Raydron. This is the fusion of Rage, the MC, the mascot for this channel, and his best friend slash rival, Zeldron. They got permanently fused into Raydron. That's what it looks like. That's why the title for the first one is Permanent Fusion. Basically tells that, how they got permanently fused. This takes place when Rage is 5,000 years old, by the way. But on a different timeline. So this one right here, Raydron is born, with his, crazed smile right here. And then Raydron explores Negative Realm. You can see artwork right here. But then this one, I don't have one just yet. And that's what I mean. I might have every single chapter have artworks. This one does not yet. This one, not yet either. This one, not yet either. So yeah, there is all of that. This one does actually. Raydron versus Tara, which, yeah, like how I explained earlier, is the MC of my good friend. Yeah, so in a way, it's kind of like MC versus MC. Yeah, Raydron versus Demon Queen Tara. Yeah, but still, good story, good read, everything like that. And it also explains timelines, like how timelines work for... Alright, don't click that link because it's missing the E. Okay, here's the proper link. Yeah. So, there you go. If you want to go ahead, like, bookmark that or, follow me on that. So, the Zhao Khan story, that one... Like how I said earlier, the second chapter will come out either Saturday or Sunday. One of those two. Saturday or Sunday. So whatever happens in that story, it's canon. Yeah. Alright. Bada boy. Bada boy. Bada boy. Oh yeah. Bada boy, bada boy. Oh yeah. Ooh, bell. Ooh. Ooh, Bell! So yeah, that should give you an idea. Now, you know, those two other characters that you saw that he crossed over with, well, I'm not gonna spoil it, of how strong they are. Because those two crossover stories take place when Rage is around 6,000 years old. So basically 78 on the scale. There we go. Cool. And also this picture right here is Rage going Ultra Instinct. Yeah. I'm gonna have right now, currently, I'm having every single transformation of Rage right here. The mascot. Every single transformation that he has have artwork. And then from there, I'll properly showcase it once I have every single transformation with an artwork. Yeah, I'll properly show it. But for right now, no, because not all of them have it. Let's go exchange. There it is right there. And yeah, man, there you go. That's basically that storyline right there. So if you want to give one of those a read, and let me know what y'all think about it. Yeah, because I'm trying to like improve to be a better writer, right? Because like all of my all of the practice and everything that I'm doing, because mostly those stories are that I'm writing, they are practice. They are. So you guys could see like a glimpse of how I write stories and everything, because I want to make my own anime. I do. And first I have to write the story. So I'm going to write it like as if it's a light novel. So if you read light novels, then you know exactly how it is. So that one is going to have like its own completely original world, original characters and stories. So it's not going to be a fan fiction like how the mascot is. No, it's not going to be like that. And yeah, so new MC, everything not going to take place in the same verse as this, no, because again, its own original story, own original verse, everything will have nothing to do with the mascot. Yeah, I'm gonna eventually start writing that. So yeah, I'm eventually gonna start writing that soon. Some point this year I will. And then I'm gonna publish each chapter weekly. Every week there'll be a new chapter for that one. But first I'm gonna have to finish Zhao Khan, the Multiversal Traveler, as you saw right there. That's still ongoing, that I'm working on. And then the next one is I'm gonna try to finish at least parts of Rage's Adventures. I won't be able to finish the entire thing, no, at least parts of it, right? And then if there's like another story that I have to write, then I'll write it. And then afterwards, then it should be what's it called? That new story, completely original story. It's an isekai, yes, but it takes inspiration from what's it called? Ooh, look at that, Castle Crashers. It takes inspiration from survival games. What I mean by survival games, I mean by 7 Days to Die. Ooh, I need to update it. 7 Days to Die, Conan Exiles, Ark Survival Evolved. I don't have that right now. And where is it at? Where? Oh, I guess I don't have it. Minecraft. And Minecraft. So all four of them, I'm taking inspiration from those. So no RPG games, no nothing like that. Nope. It's gonna be survival games. Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna take inspiration from that. So if y'all not into Dragon Ball or anything like that, well then just wait out until that right there, that storyline. Yeah. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for me for today, because I do have work tomorrow. And so, yeah, we're gonna be doing the double crest grind and all of that. So, yeah, anyways, guys, yeah, that's gonna be it. So, thank y'all for stopping by. Thank y'all for helping me grind, all that such. And one final thing, chimichangas are good. Yeah.